What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 4 of Tulsa King. My reaction is under my YouTube memberships. If you are not sure what that means, I've got 2 levels of memberships over there where you can see my reactions. All of my reactions are for members only, but my reviews are for everyone. So level 1 for my memberships is $2.99 a month. You're going to get priority replies from me, special polls, and live streams. I am working on doing a live stream this month for my members only. Special polls, I always, if I have a special poll, I go to my members first before I go to everyone else. And priority replies just means that there could be tons of replies under a video, but if you are a member, I will reply to you first. Level 4 is for level 2 is for $4.99, and you're gonna get everything that level 1 has. Plus, you're gonna get all of my reactions to shows like this and all the other shows that I have watched in the past, any movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laugh. So go over there and check that out. Also, I say this at the end of every video, but I'm going to say it now. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like and share. You guys, I am trying to hit 100K this year. It's a brand new year, and I feel like we can do it. I know there's a lot of you out there that watch me, that enjoy my content, but you are not subscribed, you guys. I encourage you to subscribe. Even if you subscribe and you're only popping in and out a few times when you can, that's fine. But it does help me out. Because I do want to continue to grow, and I want to reach more people, and I want to be in a position to be able to do more things as well. So but other than that, let's get into this episode. So now we find out why these two are going at it. So Armando and Dwight, apparently he thought that Dwight was there to kill him. Dwight got shot at by him, thought that Chicky sent him, which is his boy Pete's son. So he ends up finding him. Of course, we see that in the last episode. So in this episode, we see that he actually shows up to his house. As soon as his wife leaves, he showed up, true mob form. They go into the house. Now all this is coming out. So basically, he fled town because he thought that they were going to kill him because he knew some information about Dwight. And lo and behold, his own boy Pete set him up. And Armand knew that. And he thought that that whole crew was going to kill him, so he skipped town. So when he skipped town and saw Dwight, he thought that they sent him to kill him because of what he knew. He thought that Chicky sent this guy to kill him. So when all this uncovers, I'm just like, oh my gosh, his own boy set him up. I wonder who knows this. Who else knows, right? So now his wife is showing up, and in the midst of that, he's telling him, well, you work for me now. Just straight up. That's it. So now they're working together, and he's like, you know what? You owe me because you could have gotten me out and you didn't. So now you got to pay me back. So now they're working together. Meanwhile, we also see his driver. What is his name again? Is it Mark? No, that's his father's name, Mark. Anyway, Dwight's driver. So we see in this episode that he is getting to a place where he's standing up to his father because he doesn't want to go back to college. He doesn't want to do anything else. Like, he wants to be part of the mob. Like, this is just what he wants to do. And his father is just like, yo, I raised him right. He's a hard worker. He comes from a wholesome family. And here he is, his son, rather be a gangster than, working for his money the decent way, So there's that. So now also they start selling, okay, so they gather all these tanks to sell this laughing gas, of course. So they end up going to this parking lot where people meet to go buy balloons to get this laughing gas or whatever. So they get approached by two biker dudes. Apparently, this is their turf and this is what they do. This is what they sell, type of thing. So they leave and they go back to their crew. Now, the head of their crew is that bald-headed guy that we saw that showed up at that house with that dude that was getting arrested that blew himself up with the house. So I'm like, okay, because I was wondering what connection is he going to have later on. So now I see the connection. Like, he is running not only a bike gang, but he's also selling gas to people. And that's how they're making their money. So the dudes that backed off get beat up for backing off. So now they're back again at another point, and this time around they go back with a bunch of other dudes. Then the Dwights Driver and what's his name, Bo something, the one that runs the dispensary, they get beat up. They take their tanks, they take their money, gone. So now they go back to Dwight. Now Dwight is like, all right, well, it's all right. You lost. Now, we got to get our stuff back. So they're trying to formulate this plan on how to get everything back, right? So then he sends his driver to go get whatever he needs. And later on we find out it's a bag of bets. They're going to go, and Bo, the guy that runs the dispensary, he's just like, okay. He's like so not for the violence at all. And he's like, do you have a plan that's going to get me to where, like, I'm not going to get beat up again? Of course he gets beat up again by one of the dudes. But anyway, so with this meeting or whatever, the Dwight's driver and his father's name is Mike, they get into it and they're arguing, and he's basically telling him like this is how he wants to make money. So then he follows him to the bar where they're meeting up, getting ready to go beat these guys up, right? So he followed him there, and he basically was just like, all right, well, if you're going, then I'm here, and I'm gonna go too. Like, I'm gonna go protect you or beat whoever I need to beat up or whatever. So they all ended up going to this parking lot, and they ended up beating everybody up. They got their tanks back, their money. They're back at the bar. They're all sitting there. And the guy and his father's sitting there, and he's getting ready to go home. And, his father basically tells him, like, this is not the bonding moment you think this is, type of thing. So, of course, Dwight offers him money. He doesn't take it. He leaves. He goes home. That's that. Armand, okay, he's like down for whatever at this point, because he's like, all right, I owe him, so I can't say no to Dwight. So whenever he calls, that's you just got to do whatever he needs. There's a funny part in this episode though where he's in the gym and he's working out, and there's a guy in there trying to tell him how to use the kettlebells, the weights, right? And he was like, oh, like soft legs or whatever, and this is, how to do it. And it's so hilarious because Dwight says, oh, okay. He's like, well, how about you stand there? And if I can't reach you with one of these dumbbells, I'll give you $1,000 to a charity of your choice. Or should I go back to doing it the way that I was doing it wrong? And I thought that was so hilarious. I absolutely love the way that he's playing this character, man. I just love Sylvester Stallone. He's doing amazing with this series. So in the midst of all of this, we see, I think her name is Sophie, the ATF worker. I think she still wants to deal with Dwight, but she's kind of, her and her coworker kind of talking amongst each other about dating and meeting guys and things like that. So she goes to this bar that I guess she frequented before, and this guy from across the bar buys her a drink, has a one-night stand, blah, 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 whatever. But I think she still likes Dwight. Anyway, throughout all of this, Dwight ends up making a phone call, and we end up finding out that it's his sister. So he has a brother who's dying, and he can't really give her an answer as to why now, why is he calling, why is he looking for his brother and stuff like that. And he wants to see his daughter, but of course she doesn't want to see him. His sister hasn't seen her much either, but they do take turns taking care of their brother. So they had that little bit of a conversation. And then later on, we see that she calls him again. And at this point, she's in a hospital. He's currently dying. And she's like, if you want to talk to him, you need to talk to him now because he's on his way out. And so he's sitting there on the phone and he can hear him, but he can't speak. And he's talking to him and he's giving him this whole story about something that happened. And then something about him seeing God. And if he says he is, then, you know, that's who that is type of thing. And I think it was just referencing, you know, if he dies and goes to heaven and that's the guy he see, you know what I mean? It is just so sad. It was a really sad part of this episode. I was just like, oh man, like I don't want that for him, you know? But I'm pretty sure this is going to open up a whole nother door with family because I'm sure there's a funeral to come. With funerals and you're going back to New York, you're going to see old faces. And I think that no good is going to come out of that between family, people he hasn't seen in 25 years. I feel like it's going to get ugly. I feel like things are going to start to get real ugly. Okay. That is just my prediction. But anyway, yeah. So now Armand has an issue with his neighbor's dog doing his business on his lawn, right? So at this point, when his wife comes home, when Dwight is there, his wife is just so upset. Like all these years, he never told her anything. And now she knows the truth about Armand and his past and stuff like that. So she wants to move. She's looking to a realtor. She's got like the Zoom meeting set up. Towards the end, after everything happened, Armand comes home. He gets out the car and he steps in dog stuff. At that point, he has had it. He has had it. Like all this stuff is going on with this dude. He goes across the street, takes his shoe, smushes it in the neighbor's face with the dog poo and everything in it. Now he goes back and his wife is just like, she looks scared but doesn't know what to say. She's like, so we've got that Zoom meeting with the realtor. And he looks at her and he's like, this is our home. And he goes in the house. I'm like, oh, he has had it. He has had it. So I don't think his wife is going to really mess with him at this point, but we never know. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to see episode 5. You never know. Maybe I'll do episode 5 a little later on tonight if I have time. But in the meantime, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed episode 4, what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my my review, let me know as well. Go over and check out my reaction. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later.